shirt.
It's a good way to start, right? Douglas wants to get on the bed.
Of course he does.
Oh, here he is.
He's so cute.
This is gonna be my January TBR. I probably won't get all of these read in January, but this is the ones that I'm going to read next. Hello, my name is Jess, and this is
Me.
Sam.
Yeah.
Do you call yourself Sam on your channel, or Sammy?
I call myself Sam.
Sam.
I call myself Sammy when I'm referring to myself in the third person. Like Sammy likes this.
I did have 3 books in this pile, but it was mainly for my vlog and I've already read one of them. So this is turning into the January TBR. This is Sam's pick from my list of books.
Oh, was that on Instagram?
Yeah. I put 4 books on Instagram, of which one I should read next. The Weight of the Stars one, so I've already read that. And then the next book I was going to choose was Sam's Decision, which was the flip side. And then the next one I was just going to pick the next one I wanted to read, so I picked The Betrayals.
By our Bridget.
Bridget Collins.
What, ma?
So the flip side is by James Bailey. I've never read a book by James Bailey as far as I know.
Oh.
So the premise is it's New Year's Eve and he's going to propose. She says no.
What a bitch. What a cold-hearted murderer of love.
It actually is,
Do you know
isn't
what
it?
that's from?
No.
I think it's Hannah Montana. You are a cold-hearted murderer of love.
No, there's a film with Steve Carell.
What up? You are a murderer of love!
Down in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the one with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling.
No, not that one.
Crazy love.
Yeah, it's not that one. Anyway, so he decides to go through life flipping a coin to see whether he should do something. What do you think we're going to end up rating this? You're aiming for 4. You think I will give it 4 stars?
Yeah.
What do you think you'll give it? 4 stars. I think it was in my vlog I talked about what order I think I'm going to like these in, and I actually predicted that I'd like The Weight of Our Stars the least, and I've rated that 5 stars. So
Just the bar has been set.
I'm already wrong. The next we've got The Betrayals. I can't explain this without reading the synopsis.
Do it.
I'm already going to fluff up the first word. Well, not at. I know that word. What does that say? Montferry? Montferry.
Montver?
Montver. At Montver, an exclusive academy tucked away in the mountains, the best and brightest are trained for excellence in the grand
jeu.
jeu.
Grand jeu.
Grand jeu.
French.
I knew it was French. An arcane?
Yeah.
A mysterious contest. Leo Martin. Leo Martin was once a student there, but lost his passion for the
Just
grand
jeu.
grand jeu.
Grand.
Following a violent tragedy. Now he returns in disgrace, exiled to his old place of learning, and his political career in tatters.
Devastated.
Montver has changed since studying there, even allowing a woman, of all things, Claire Dryden?
Yeah.
To serve in the Grand Jeu, highest office. Leo. When Leo.
Oh shit!
This is a mess. We're going with it. When Leo first sees Claire, he senses an old connection with her.
Ooh la la.
Though
That's
he's
French.
sure they have never met before. The bond between them is strengthening, but both Leo and Claire have built their lives on lies.
You deceiving bastards.
And the legendary Midsummer Game draws closer. Secrets are whispering in the walls. If you actually manage to catch the synopsis through that read through, then good on you.
This bloke comes back to his old school and a woman's there and he senses an old connection and they've been lying.
Yeah.
Basically.
Both of them are big fat liars who is gonna
Get your nose out his bum.
have their lies spilled out onto the floor first.
Leo.
Nah, I reckon Claire. Because
Yes.
if we're following Leo, I reckon this is going to be a 5-star. I got
Yeah.
high hopes.
For a living.
Yeah. What do you think I'll rate it?
4.
4. You think both of these are going to be a 4?
Yeah.
Which one do you think I'll prefer then?
Probably that one. Shut up! Because that's like a modern romance and like they're all over the gaff in them.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like a ridge.
The next pile of books, we've got Sam here for a reason. She's not just here to predict my ratings. Sorry, can you come in here a minute, please?
Who?
Sam is here because we have got 4 of her books that I'm going to read after these 2. I don't know what order you want to do them in. Your pick is going to be the last one.
Okay.
So
the order's up to you, innit?
no, just grab one.
Alright. The one from the top.
So, Fangirl is the first one. Now, I am subscribed to Gabby Reads. This is her favourite book of all time. Sam, what did you rate this? 5-star. What do you think I will rate it? 4. You don't think I'll love it as much as you?
I don't know, you don't love a book that's set in a school environment and it's uni, so they're like adult teenagers, but
then the last book I rated 5 stars was set in like they were teenagers.
and The Fault in Our Stars is about teenagers, so like you might, but I don't know.
What's the premises, Sam? Tell us a synopsis.
Premise.
Tell us a synopsis of Fangirl.
This girl's just started at uni and she doesn't really have any friends and she just writes fan fiction about her favourite book.
That sounds like something we'd both do.
Yeah. Actually, like when you were a teenager, like you had friends. Like,
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
still
friends.
like loved fan fiction. I didn't write it, but I read it.
But like the guy who lives in a dorm close to her keeps knocking on her door and like he kind of fancies her, but she's like, got wrote me fanfic. I think he reads it and like he tries to talk to her about it, but like after you read this, if you love it, you're gonna want to read Carry On.
Fangirl is by Rainbow Rowell. Have I read a book by her? I do not think so.
Yeah, you haven't.
Next one, please, Sam. The Martian. So another booktuber, Books and Lala, Kayla, rated this book 5 stars. She said it's amazing, and I just heard so many good things about this book. Sam, you loved it.
You've seen the film, haven't you?
Yeah.
The bit where he's rescued, like when I was reading it, I cried. It's intense.
But do you know what? I've known about it for a long time, but I've never thought to myself, I want to read that. To me, I'm a bit like, oh, just even the sound of it just doesn't sound like something I'm interested in. But I've only heard great things, so I'm just going to do it, you know?
I wasn't interested. Matt Damon's not an actor like I follow, and I don't really like space stuff. But a friend of mine was obsessed with it, so when I saw it like on sale, I picked it up. And like it's quite sciencey in places, but it's not boring.
I like science though.
I don't. I'm too dumb.
Yeah, but I did rubbish in science, but I find it more interesting now that I've left school. Do you know what? I'm such a fan of film covers on books. So many people don't like it. They prefer like an original cover. I love book covers with the film poster on the front.
I think it depends. If the original artwork is like that nice, I'll want the original artwork. But if there's nothing to write home about, like,
I just like the fact that it's like, this is the kind of the thing that I want, the book version. But the fact that it's a movie poster on a book, yeah. I feel like I've got the whole package. So, what do you think I will think of this book?
See, I don't know. Because, like, before I would have said, like, you'd have found it boring, because it's one dude on Mars.
Yeah.
Just bumming around. But now that you read more, I think...
Now I'm a developed reader.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll prefer this over Fangirl?
I don't know. You're difficult to predict with books.
Yeah, I can't even predict it. But just take a wild guess.
I mean, I rated them both 5 stars. That's a masterpiece. That's adorable. So
I think I'm going to prefer this one.
Okay.
That's my guess. Basically, stranded on Mars. It is Mars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stranded on Mars. That's what you need to know. Next book is a Ruth Ware. I think I'm going to give this 4 star. Because I gave One by One 4 star. Is that what you gave it?
Yeah.
The Woman in Cabin 10.
But you can tell it's good because I remember it.
By Ruth Ware.
Because I've read like a lot of books. So they all kind of bleed into each other.
You talk about this book while I finish my coffee.
This woman... Actually, the Woman in Cabin 10 isn't the woman you're following. The woman you're following is... she's a sort of reviewer of like cruises and holidays, I think. That's what I remember. I think that's what she is. And she's invited onto a cruise ship to write about it. And there's a murder. And there's a mysterious woman, I think. There's been a murder!
All the booktubers I follow, some of them love Ruth Ware, some of them are a bit blur. But she's one author that
It's cool,
is pretty. She's one author that isn't consistent with how people like her books. You get someone that loves half of them and hates half of them, and that's quite a common thing with Ruth Ware. Yet a lot of people, like friends wise, I've got another friend that's read another one of her books and loved it as well. So I think it's going to be good. I really enjoyed One by One by Ruth Ware. So I do think, so far, I think this is going to be my favourite. And then, that's tricky. I'm actually going to guess that then Fangirl and then The Woman in Cabin 10. Do you predict the same?
Yeah.
You're only saying that because it's my guess. Tell us about the final book.
So this, I know that you've been looking for woman times woman, right?
Hello!
Careful.
You coming up? No.
books. Blah.
Stay here. Yeah, good boy.
This is maybe
It's
Roxy. This is possibly the first woman times woman I read, but it's kind of heartbreaking. And one part is horrific, but
what is she doing?
it made such an impact on me. I loved it so much. I've only read it once, but do you know what? I think I bought it in a garden centre or something like that, or like a supermarket. I was just like, that sounds gay. Let's buy it. Set in World War II, I think. World War II, yeah. Got the planes look.
Yeah.
And it's two girls just travelling together. They're evacuated.
Stop licking your bits. We're filming here.
And the girl you're following kind of falls in love with the other girl, and the other girl's kind of like a bit resistant to their love. But it's a sad one. A saddie but a goodie.
Okay. This book I didn't choose. I asked Sam for 4 books. I wanted Fangirl, The Martian, and The Woman in Cabin 10. And then for the 4th book, I asked her to pick one of her books at random that she'd like me to read.
It was between this, Wonder, and The Art of Being Normal. All sad! Actually, The Art of Being Normal isn't that sad.
I don't know. Do I read them in order of like what I think I'm going to love most? Or should I read in the opposite order?
Opposite.
So then that one should be first.
Okay.
Because I think I'm gonna... So, we're reading this one first. And then the Woman in and then the Woman in Cabin 10. Then Fangirl and then The Martian. But that is after my other 2 books I got back here. So I think, yeah, I'm reading Flipside and then The Betrayals. So it's going like this.
You're going to try and read all of them in January?
Yep.
Alright, I'll see you in February.
I said I'm going to try. I mean, it might not happen. I might get through one.
Yeah.
But this is... Thanks very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this crazy, really interesting... Did you understand the synopsis of any of these books? Probably just The Martian, because he's stranded on Mars. We tried talking about it. We got our predictions. I think The Martian and The Betrayals are going to be my favourite. Are you going to read The Flipside or The Betrayals?
Mapes.
How many are you aiming to read this year?
Well, I read 30 last year, so I put 30 as my goal for this year, but I'll probably surpass it in it.
I'm aiming between 50 and 80.
I think the most I've ever read in a year is 65.
That's pretty good. Okay, we're going. We're hungry. We need lunch. I got a lot of books to read. Goodbye.
I'm hot. Bye. Don't. Look at them. Get a load of this.
You've got to flip the camera. Just flip it. There's a button you can turn the camera.
It's alright, that's a good angle. Carry her back.
Sake.